So 2 minutes before we continue, let people join. Meanwhile, you guys can try solving it. Right, so I think, okay, let's continue. So the last portion, so these are the distorted ones. So the last portion of numbers is basically called as successive division. Okay. Now, what does successive division mean? Successive division has a different meaning and a different approach. So let's say I'll start with an example. Let's say I have a number 27 and I successively divide this number by 2, 3, and let's say 4. Clear? What does it mean? Basically, it means that I will take the number 27 and divide it by 2. Okay? 2 ones are 2. So I will basically write my quotient and remainder. So I have taken the number 27 and I have divided it by 2 and I get a remainder. What should I do next is the quotient I get. I have to now divide this quotient by my next divisor, which is, let's say, 3. 3 fours are 12 and remainder is 1. And next, I have to divide this quotient 4 by the next divisor 4. 4 ones are 4, remainder is 0. So now I have used all my divisors 2, 3, and 4. And I have divided the number 27 successively. So in a successive division, I have to remember that the quotient of the first division becomes the, what are the terminologies used? D is called as the divisor. Sorry, D is called as the dividend. N is called as the divisor. Q is called as the quotient. And whatever I get here, R is called as a remainder. Okay. So basically terminology is used, right? So this N may be something else also. But remember that the one in the center is called as the dividend. The one you're dividing by is called as the divisor. One here is a quotient. And one here is a remainder. Okay. So these are the terminologies used. So this is your dividend. Now, what happens is when I divide, my dividend becomes the, my quotient becomes the dividend for my next division. And again, after dividing this, the quotient becomes again another dividend for the next division. I keep dividing till I exhaust all my divisors. So 2 got exhausted, 3 got exhausted, and 4 got exhausted. So how can I make a statement? I can make a statement saying that when 27 is successively divided by 2, 3, and 4 gives a remainder of 1, 1, and 0 respectively. This is how I make the statement. So when 27 is successively divided, not divided, successively divided. So that the word successive is important here. When 27 is successively divided by 2, 3, and 4, it gives a remainder of 1, 1, and 0 respectively. Okay. So how long do I divide successive divisions? How does successive division work? Successive division works till my quotient is a whole number. Okay, so which means the smallest value that quotient can become is 0 because it's a whole number. Someone's putting arrow marks everywhere. Okay, right. So let's take an example here. Let's say that a number, when successively divided by 2, 3, and 5, leaves a remainder of 1, 1, and 2 respectively. So let's assume that this is the statement given. And they are asking me, what is the smallest number? Okay, they are asking me what is the smallest number. So now, first I will write down my pattern. What is the pattern? I have a number, I divide this number by 2, then whatever the quotient I get, I divide that number by 3, then whatever quotient I get, I divide that number by 5. This is how I write the pattern. Now, what are they searching for? What am I searching for? I also know that when I divide this number by 2, I get a remainder of 1. When I divide this number by 3, I get a remainder of 1. And when I divide this number by 5, I get a remainder of 2. Please type in if you have understood the format that I have written. Yes for understanding. If it is no, then please unmute and let me know. All of you have understood this, because I see only 5 to 6 people who are regularly answering. The rest are dummy. Okay, don't be a dummy out there. Right. Now, so now the question is talking about what is the smallest number. Okay. In the previous case, I had told you one thing, that we keep dividing till my quotient, last quotient, is a whole number. Okay, I keep dividing till my last quotient is a whole number. Now, tell me, so here also I have to keep dividing till my last quotient is a whole number. Now I have a question to you all. If I have to have the smallest number, this number also should be the smallest. Okay, which is the smallest whole number that you know? Can you type in the smallest whole number that you know? Right. So 0 is the smallest whole number, right? So I had told that I should keep dividing till I get a whole number here. And since my question is talking about the smallest number, my smallest whole number is 0. Okay. So if this is 0, now let me do entire backtracking. If this is 0, what is 5 into 0? 0. If the remainder is 2 in this case, what should be the value here? 2. Because only then 2 minus 0 can give me 2. Are we all clear? Smallest whole number is 0. So if I place 0 here, 5 into 0 gives me 0. And this 0 is my number. This is my remainder. How do I get a remainder? By subtracting this value with this value. So 2 minus 0 can give me 2. So this means this value is 2. Now, where did this value of 2 come from? This value of 2 came from the previous quotient, which means here the value should have been 2. So what is 3 into 2? 6. So this value should have been 6. Do not make a mistake of writing 6 here. Okay? Do not make a mistake of writing 6 here. This is not the place where 6 should be written. 3 into 2 is 6. 6 will be written here. If I have to get a remainder of 1, what should be the value here? 7 should be the value. That's when 7 minus 6 gives me 1. Right? Right, Anuja. Right, Hema. Now, where did 7 come from? 7 came from the previous quotient. So, this value should have been 7. Now, 2 into 7 is how much? That's 14. And if 1 has to come here, what should come here? 15. So basically, 15 is the smallest number. N value is 15, the smallest number, which when successively divided by 2, 3, 5, leaves a remainder of 1, 1, 2 respectively. Did we understand, all of us? Let me give you one question here. I want you to find the smallest number n, when successively divided by 2, 3, 4 and 5, leaves a remainder of 1, 0, 1, 1 respective. Can you tell me what is the smallest number? I'm successively dividing by 2, 3, 4 and 5, and it leaves me a respective remainder of 1, 0, 1, 1. So those who are doing, continue doing. Those who do not know how to do, let's do it together. So first time I'm dividing by 2. And what is the remainder I have to get? 1. Second time I have to divide by 3. And what is the remainder I should get? 0. Third time I have to divide by 4. And what is the remainder I should get? 1. Fourth time I have to divide by 5. And what is the remainder I should get? I should get a remainder of 1 again. Now, since you are asking me the smallest number, what should be the value of the last quotient? 0. So what is 5 into 0? 0. So if the remainder is 1, what has to be this value? 1. Where did this value 1 come from? This 1 came from the previous quotient. So previously quotient should have been 1. What is 4 into 1? 4. If the remainder is 1, what should be the value here? 5. Where did this 5 come from? 5 came from previous division, previous quotient. So here it should be 5. What is 3 into 5? 15. What is the remainder here? 0. So which means this value also should be 15. Where did this 15 come from? 15 came from previous quotient. So what is 2 into 15? 30. What is the remainder? 1. So what should be the value? 31. So 31 should be the smallest one. All of you, did you understand this step, this approach, this question? So now, if I say, so I now change a question into something else, right? Now I will change another question. I'll say n is second smallest number. Okay? N is a second smallest number which when successively divided by 2, 3, 4, okay, or let's say 5 also. So I'm saying n is the second smallest number which when successively divided by 2, 3, 4 and 5 gives a remainder of 1, 1, 0 and 2. Okay? N is the second smallest number which when successively divided by 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves a remainder of 1, 1, 0, 2 respectively. Please remember, whenever you are solving this kind of a question, your eye should be always on the word successive. If this question doesn't have a successive word, then this is not the method I will solve it. Okay, I will go back to that LCM method. Remember, I will do that. But if it's only successive, this is what the method I will use. So I will now divide this number by 2 and I should get a remainder of 1. Then I divide the number by 3. I should get a remainder of 1. Divide the number by 4. I should get a remainder of 0. Divide the number by 5 and I should get a remainder of 2. Now, what is the question? The question is saying second smallest number. When we had a smallest number, what did we do with the quotient of the final division? What did we do for the quotient of the final division? We took it as 0. So if you're asking for a second smallest number, this value here should be the second smallest whole number. is the second smallest whole number? 1. So this value should be 1, right, Khyati? Right, Indraja? So this value has to be 1 because we are searching for the second smallest whole number. So now I will do the same thing, but here it is not going to be 0 but 1. 5 ones are 5. Since remainder is 2, this has to be 7. 7 came from previous division. I don't know what, Vartika, let's check whether it's 171. So 4 sevens are 28. Since the remainder is 0, this value has to be 28. 28 came from previous division, so 28 has to be this. 3 28s are 84. 1 is the remainder, so this has to be 85. 85 came from previous division, so 85. 285, 170. 1 is the remainder, so 171 is my number. Did we all understand this concept of successive division? Yes? No? Don't know? Great. Now, I want to take up, so I want you guys to look at this, okay? I want you to look at this. What was the number we got? 31. So I'm going to repeat this question. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 0, 1, 1. What was the answer that we had there? 31. Smallest number. Okay? So how can I solve this question without going through all this hassle? How can I solve that question without doing all this stuff? Okay, so that's the idea. Now let's look into this. So when I have to find the smallest number in a successive division, smallest number in successive division, listen carefully and now concentrate only on the board. Ignore the last divisor. Ignore the last divisor. Now the last divisor is 5. So ignore the last divisor. Take the remainder and multiply it with the previous divisor. Take the remainder and multiply it with previous divisor. 1 into 4, 4. Add this value to the existing remainder. Multiply the remainder with the previous divisor. Whatever value you get, add that to the existing remainder. So 4 plus 1, 5. Multiply this 5 with the previous remainder divisor. 5 3s are 15. Add that to the existing remainder. 15 plus 0, 15. Multiply that with the previous divisor. 15 2s are 30. Add that to the existing remainder. Answer is 31. Did you understand? 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 0, 1, 1. I repeat here. I'm repeating.
Sir, can you repeat it?
Yes, I'm repeating. Ignore the last divisor. Ignore the last divisor. Take the remainder 1. Multiply it with the previous. Cross multiply. Cross, you multiply. Vertical, you add. Remember this much. Cross, multiply. 1 4s are 4. Vertical, add. 4 plus 1, 5. Cross, multiply. 5 3s are 15. Vertical, add. 15 plus 0, 15. Cross, multiply. 15 2s are 30. Vertical, add. 30 plus 1, 31. Are we clear? Much, much easier than what we have done. Okay? So let me take the previous question here. N is second smallest, so I will ignore this second right now. Let's say N is the smallest number. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 0, 2. 2, 3, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 0, 2. Ignore the last. 2 4s are 8, 8 plus 0, 8. 8 3s are 24, 24 plus 1, 25. 25 2s are 50, 50 plus 1, 51. So the smallest number is 51. Okay? Are we good? Are we all good? Great. But the question was of the second smallest number. Okay? This question that I had asked there was of the second smallest number. So how do I find a second smallest number? Once you find the smallest number 51, add it to the product of all your divisors. Once you get the smallest number 51, add it to the, remember, not LCM, okay? Not LCM. If you want, write this down and put a star to it. It is product of all divisors. 2 3s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 4 5s are 20, 6 into 20, 120, 51 plus 120, 171. That is what the answer was. Did we understand this? So how basically you can do is, what you can do is, let's say I'm doing a successive division. Let's say I'm doing a successive division dividing by P, Q, and S. And let's say I'm getting R1, R2, R3. Successive division. Do you all know now how to find the smallest number? Type in a yes if you know how to solve it, how to find the smallest number now. Yes, you all know now how to find the smallest number. Ignore the last divisor and do the cross multiply, vertical add, cross multiply, vertical add concept. Once you have done that and you have found the smallest number, then every number format will be product of divisors, okay, product of divisors, in this case P into Q into S, and its multiple, let's say K, plus the smallest number you found. Plus the smallest number you found. I repeat it with an example. I hope you guys have written this down. Just take a couple of seconds, or a minute maximum, to write this down. And then I'm going to take this example 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 0, 2. Okay, assuming you guys have written this down, I'm taking this example again 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 0, 2. So first my point is that I have to find the smallest number. 2 4s are ignore. 2 4s are 8, 8 plus 1 0, 8, 8 3s are 24, 24 plus 1 25, 25 2s are 50, 50 plus 1 51, the smallest number. So the entire number will be in the format of product of 2, 3, 4, 5, its multiple, let's say K, plus the smallest number. What is the product of 2, 3, 4, 5? 2 3s are 6, 6 4s are 24, 24 5s are 120. 120K plus 51 is the format of the number. Now it seems, which means if someone tells me find the second smallest number, I know the second smallest value of K, smallest value of K is 0, guys. Second smallest value of K is going to be 1. So if I substitute 1, I get the second smallest number. If someone says what is the third smallest number, smallest value of K value, the third smallest value of K is going to be 2. So I substitute 2, and 240 plus 51, 291 becomes the third smallest number. So I can now find out any such number. If someone says, okay, n is maximum value less than 500. So what is the maximum value of n that can be less than 500? When will that be? That will be when, if I put K value as, let's say 4, what is going to happen? 120 into 4 gives me 480, and 480 plus 51 will be greater than 500. So what should be the k value for me to get a value which is less than 500? So in that case, k value should be equal to 3. So if I put k value as 3, I'll get 120 into 3, 360 plus 51, 411. So you can now generate any kind of a number depending on what the question is asking. But this is the format. Product of the divisors. So the format is simple. Product of the divisors, its multiple plus the smallest number that you have found. And I'm now assuming that all of you know how to find the smallest number. Do not start using this method that I taught here. This method was only for you to understand what successive division means. This is not a method you will use to find the smallest number. Smallest number will be found by using this method because this is fastest and the easiest. And then every other number will be in this format. Product of divisors, k plus n. Are we guys clear? All of you, please type in if you're clear. I want all of you to type in. Let me see that kind of a response. No, how many people are there? Oh, there are 40 people, man. At least 40, yes. Banta hai na? Let people wake up, those who are sleeping around.
Sir, can you repeat again last one?
Sorry, I didn't understand what you said. Can you repeat? Sir, if we have to find the smallest number, then what do we have to take? Just a minute, just a minute. There's some person who typed in. Okay, so Ananya, if you want to find the smallest number, so let's put it in this way. Smallest number, Ananya, will come when k is the smallest value. Okay, when k takes the smallest value, you get the smallest number. What is the smallest value k can take? What is the smallest value k can take? 0, right? So when I place k value as 0, I get the smallest number. When I place k value as 1, I get the next number. K value as 2 as the third number, and keep putting k value, you get the different kinds of numbers. Now, depending on what the question is asking, that's how your k value will vary. Okay. Right. So if the question is saying that n is the maximum value less than 500, I have to put a k value such that this n value that I get is less than 500 and it is maximum. No, we do not use. So k value here, if I place 4, I see that if I place k value as 4, I am getting a value which is greater than 500. But my question was asking about less than 500. So I will put k value as 3 and then I will get a value which is less than 500 and the maximum. Okay. But so k value comes into picture only when you're searching for a number which is of the higher range. The smallest number you don't need, right? Smallest number is, I don't have to even bother about k in that case, because smallest number is this vertical cross multiply, angular cross multiply, vertically adding. This is how I generate my smallest number. For that, k is not important. For that, this product itself is not important. When is the product important? When I want to find the rest set of numbers which fall under this category. So someone had a doubt. Can you unmute and ask again? Or have I cleared?
Can you explain this one?
Okay, right.
Once more.
The entire thing, Shravya?
You only this problem, sir, because it's a little confusing.
Okay, so let me explain it in a different sheet and a new problem. Okay.
Okay,
this is the last one that I'm going to do for all of you. Now let's assume that I have to successively divide a number by 2, 4, 5. I have taken this, and my remainder that I get is 1, 2, and 1. Now remember this. The smallest number can always be found by doing the method that we have been doing. Ignore the last one. 1 4s are 4. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 2s are 12. 12 plus 1, 13. Are we all clear till this? 13 is the smallest number. Okay. Shavya, are you also clear with this? That 13 is the smallest number. But remember this, that 13 is not the only number. There are many such numbers which will follow this pattern. Okay, there will be very many such numbers which follow this pattern. How do I identify or how do I find such numbers? So to find numbers which follow the pattern, follow this condition. Let's say not pattern but condition. What is the condition? That when I am dividing by 2, my remainder should be 1 successively. Okay. And dividing by 4, my remainder should be 2. Right. And when I'm dividing by 5, my remainder should be 1. Right, Kritika? So we are finding the smallest number, which is the dividend, not the divisor. We are not finding the divisor. Divisor is anyway given to me. 2, 4, 5 are the divisors. Right? I'm finding the smallest dividend, which when successively divided by 2, 4, 5 gives me a remainder of 1, 2, 1. So 13 becomes the smallest remainder. Smallest number. Okay. Now, but 13 is not the only number. So how do I find the other numbers? To find the other numbers, I take a product of my divisors, which is 2, 4, 5. What is the product of 2 into 4 into 5? 2 4s are 8, 8 5s are 40. 40 or its multiple. Okay, 40k. 40k means 40 or its multiple. Plus, what is the smallest number that we found? 13. So if I put k value as 0, I get my number which is 13, which was the smallest number that we found. Okay. If I put k value as 1, 40 into 1 is 40. 40 plus 13 is 53. I get the next number which is 53. If I put k value as 2, I get the next number. 2 into 40 is 80. 80 plus 13 is 93. So look at this difference here. Every time it is increasing by 40 because every time I have to increase this k value. So as and when I keep putting k value, this number will start giving me various other numbers depending on what the question is. If the question is saying what is the smallest 3-digit number, so this will happen when I put k value as 3. So when I put k value as 3, what is 40 into 3? 120. And what is 120 plus 13? 133. So 133 becomes the smallest 3-digit number. So if my question is asking such numbers, then the k value starts placing and you start getting such numbers. Did we understand here now? All of us? Yes or no? Great. So this is where we finish our entire numbers. I have one last class tomorrow. I think sorry, still doubt?
Yes, understood.
Great. So I will have one last Rimjim, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, okay. I know it's math, so you would have slept off, but now it's a wake up time. So Rimjim, what we will do is we will arrange one last class maybe next week on a Monday or a Tuesday. You decide. And remember, you shared me the numbers PDF.
Yes.
Has that been shared with these people?
Yes, in like I will check with Gaurav, but in my groups, LCM and numbers both have been shared. They have done also. They had few doubts which have been solved by Naveen sir as well.
Oh, that's nice. So if you have shared the PDF, the latest PDF, because I was thinking, वो latest PDF में exercise जो questions हैं, I was thinking of solving that question in the class.
Yeah, but you still can because I'm very sure a lot of them have not done it. Only 3 or 4.
Guys, what do you say? Can we do that? There is a PDF, numbers PDF that Rimjim shared with me, and I guess that has been shared with you all. So it also has, okay. So Just a minute. Rinjim, can you give me the host right, please?
Yeah, sure. Done.
Okay, just a minute. So, so guys, I just कहाँ चला गया भाई? Just a minute, guys. Okay, so can you guys see this PDF? This is shared by your mentors. So if you have not received this PDF, please ask your mentor, okay, to share this PDF, which is quantitative aptitude numbers provided by Ignite. Okay. Now this has concepts, and this also has questions in the end. So I was also wondering, so there are questions in the end, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way till, if I'm not wrong, 40, 50 questions. So I was thinking, in the next class, shall we solve at least 50% of this question in the class, right? So I'll open this up and I'll at least tell you what, you know, how to solve this. If we are not sitting and solving this, at least I'll tell you how to solve this. And then we can solve these questions together. Is that fine? But meanwhile, before that, what I want from you all is, I want you all to go through this entire concept that is written here so that you understand. Okay, it becomes kind of a revision, and then we can solve these questions. What is your opinion, guys? Shall we do that? Shall we together solve these questions?
Yes, sir.
Type in yes, if that is what you think we can do. All right, so I've got a lot of yes. So great. So together we'll solve this question so that if anyone has any doubt, they can ask, or if they don't have a doubt, if there is a concept doubt, we can clarify, we can clear that concept also. Okay. Manish, you raised a hand. Can you tell me what exactly it is? Manish, you can unmute and ask. So Rimjim ma'am is there. She will also be able to help us.
Guys, if you are new joinees, you have just registered. If you're attending our free sessions, please contact your mentors for anything. Basically, if you need to enter the group, there are certain things that needs to be done. So please inform Gaurav sir or Krishna sir or Arya sir, whoever you are in touch with. They'll take care of it. They'll give you the PDF. They will give you the access of the group once all the registrations and enrollments are done. For the rest, they are already in a group, so they'll get the information here. So you just reach out to your mentor for doubts of PDF.